Hello, this is Stanley Tucci. You know me from great movies like that one with the girl. Oh yeah, Hunger Games. Yes, I'm here to tell you about something that I think you should know. Did you know that Mike's Daily Podcast is completely independently created and produced? I'm bald, yet unbearably sexy. Did you know just about every podcast you listen to is part of a huge network, corporation, or is just simply lifted off of a radio station? I was really funny on Easy A. Peas, pee, pap, pup, poo. Did you know that big name podcast players, that's 2 P's, like iTunes or Stitcher, they only show podcasts that pay for advertising or who have big names that have been on TV or film. I have been on many, many films. Please do what you can to support independent podcasters. I'm Stanley Tucci, and now Mike Matthews with Mike's Daily Podcast.
This show is clean, pretty much.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
There you go, Stanley Tucci. Wow. It's Mike Matthews, broadcasting from the last place on earth, located somewhere in Podcaster Valley, California. Episode 819. Today it's the finale of my intimate interview with the country artist Morgan Riley. Plus we hear from Benita, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player, the Brewmaster, and teens. You need some sleep. Maybe that's why you're so short. Mike's Daily Podcast. We look at a study about that, to which you might have a retort. Mike's Daily Podcast. And on yesterday's show, we made some comments about Taylor Swift. Yeah, she's got the biggest selling album in the world. That's pretty nifty. And there are, the Disgruntled Fiddle Player had a problem. He was being attacked by a ferocious hobgoblin. And then he wrote a country song with the John Deere the engineer. That was fascinating. Mike's Daily Podcast. But seriously, Taylor Swift likes to lip sync other people's songs at award shows. That's not annoying. Mike's But I guess Daily if I was a 20-something podcast and I loved pop music as much as she, I would be lip syncing along with it too. Let me think back to when I was in my 20s. Was I doing that? No, hell no, I wasn't. Look who just walked in. Hi, Mike. It's Benita, the rodeo queen. How y'all doing?
And it's a Disgruntled Fiddle Player, tell you what.
What?
So you still have that country artist on the show today?
That's right, Morgan Riley. Mike, I saw a picture of her. She's beautiful. Yeah, we have the finale of the interview today, as well as I wanted to bring this segment back because there's something interesting. This segment, the sea monster is called Ridiculous Random Posts. And this actually was a post that wasn't done on a social media. It was done on someone's podcast. And they actually said the following. Oh, first, look who else just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. I'm the root beer. I'm the Brewmaster. Oh, boy.
All right. Can I continue on? You just interrupted me.
Well, I just wanted to walk in and say hi to everybody.
You have like 0 fans.
That's not true. Everybody loves me. Look, I'm going to rip off my shirt.
Now, see, that's exactly what I was talking about, was in this post on this podcast that my roommate does about comic books, Marvel comic books. It's called Marvel at the Movies. And he mentioned, I was listening to him reviewing Thor 2, Le Sequel. And in the movie, there's a point where Thor has his shirt off. And they kind of talked, Jack and his co-host, also named Jack, they discussed, hey, isn't it interesting how in every single superhero movie or TV show, at some point you have the guy have his shirt off. Even Robert Downey Jr. had his shirt off in the Iron Man 3 movie. And he's looking great at his age, which is roughly my age. Hey, so this is the thing, is now every single superhero movie's got to have the shirt off. And these men have unbelievable upper bodies. They're just insanely fit. Of course, to do that, you need steroids, CGI, or what is mostly the case, a really good trainer and like an all-protein diet. And they work out for like 4 months till they do that scene where they have the shirt off. And everybody goes, oh my God, look at Henry Cavill from Superman coming out of the water. And then the nerds see this and they're like going, my glasses keep slipping down my nose. I am in no way able to compete with this male. Why are they showing this? This is making me feel very self-conscious. And I also feel perhaps I may not be as heterosexual as I once thought. Meanwhile, their girlfriends are going, yay! Good-looking man with shirt off. I guess they have had to suffer through the opposite for years. Meanwhile, what I've seen with the Marvel movies, because thanks to Jack, I've been able to catch up on all the Marvel movies, is that like you've got female superheroes, like Scarlett Johansson's character, Black Widow, and she's pretty much clothed. There sometimes is a little bit of cleavage. Oh, wait, there was that one scene she was kind of like in a tank top or something. In the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst is saturated in water in the rain and he kisses her upside down. Remember that part? I guess, I don't know what my point is, but that just seems that it's eye candy for the women. So there you go, ladies. And I guess us nerd-typey guys need to work out some more. I should at least be able to get his beefcake as Robert Downey Jr. since we're roughly the same age. Only he is not as follically challenged as I am on the head. Hey, also shows like Arrow. Yeah, that guy's always got his shirt off, the guy who plays Arrow. And then Flash, not so much. Wow, this is a strange thought. I think you see more cleavage on Modern Family than on any superhero TV show. That's disturbing. So yeah, superhero movies come for the action and the explosions and fighting villains and crime, and stay for the men with enormous pecs and the shirt off scene. Mark, I don't care for that. You don't, Benita? No, Mark, I don't think that's necessary. I don't think men should take off their shirts.
Benita, how come then you're going to go to that Australian Thunder Down Under show tonight?
Well, because I gotta do my research.
And what research is that?
Indigenous cultures from other countries. I gotta go. I can't think of an excuse. Well, this is fascinating. The teenagers. A new study has revealed that teens are getting less sleep than they used to. It was performed by researchers at Columbia University's Mailman School of Public Health. It's a mailman school. They found that the number of hours a teenage boy or girl sleeps every night has decreased among teens in the U.S. over the past 2 decades. The results of the study were published in the journal Pediatrics. This according to Utah's People's Post. Why are these things so oddly named? UtahPeoplesPost.com. And I thought MikeSteelyPodcast.com was an awkwardly long website URL. Aside from the main discovery, the teens are getting less sleep than they used to 20 years ago. Scientists also found that female students, ethnic and racial minorities, sorry for these pauses, and students of lower economic and social status were least likely to be getting 7 or more hours of sleep every night. According to the National Sleep Foundation, getting enough sleep each night is vital for humans to be healthy and function properly. Teens should get at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. If teens do not get enough sleep, then their reasoning can become impaired. It's already impaired with the hormones. It doesn't need something else to impair them even further, as well as their abilities to think. And they also become prone to pimples and mood swings. Also, lack of sleep in general is associated with weight gain, substance abuse, academic problems, and various other health issues. For this study, the researchers compiled and analyzed data from a nationally representative annual survey of teens in the U.S. called Monitoring the Future. After careful examination, it was revealed that teens sleep gradually declined over the 20 years that they were recorded by the survey. Also, racial and ethnic minorities, female students and teens with a lower socioeconomic background were less likely to sleep more than 7 hours every night compared to non-Hispanic white students, male students, and teens from a higher socioeconomic background. For all teens that were observed in this study, the biggest declines in their sleep were reported between the years 1996 to 2000 and 1991 to 95. I couldn't sleep in those days. No, there was the Conan O'Brien was on, and Friday Night Videos, and a young Jon Stewart hosting The Daily Show, and Cher and Dionne Warwick were doing all those infomercials. And I could go on and on. There was so much crap to watch all night on TV then, and nowadays, oh my gosh. Choices are endless. What do you think about all this? Email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. What do you think of odd URL names? And teenagers not getting enough sleep? And Taylor Swift singing along, lip-syncing to other people's songs at award shows? And the Disgruntled Fiddle Player writing a country song with John Deere the engineer? I wonder how that's going to sound. And the men with their shirt offs scenes in superhero movies. Email me, mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. We read your comments on the section emails from email. Also email me there if you'd like to be a guest on the show or if you would like to sponsor the show. mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. And there's the website, mikesdailypodcast.com, with links to where to listen to the show in iTunes. Subscribe to the show in iTunes, and you can comment on the show and rate the show there. If you do that, more people find out about us. Like Stanley Tucci was saying, it's impossible for a podcast like this one to be seen on the front page of iTunes or Stitcher unless we pay lots of money for advertising or we suddenly have a lot of people start to listen to the show. Which, let's see. Nope, it's not happening. So that's where we need your help to help by rating and commenting on the show. Whatever you have to say, it helps us get a little higher up in exposure. By the way, I discovered a podcast app that's better than Stitcher. It is called RSS Radio. And the guy, I think his name is Mark, who makes this app, he is all about getting RSS feeds from like iTunes and other places so that it's a little bit more easy to use in Stitcher. And Stitcher has been using so many commercials lately, and the continuous cone commercial that they play for that music playing device, and the Birdman commercial and the commercial for cars, they play anytime you're trying to listen to a podcast, and it's just, you cannot get it to work. And meanwhile, you're crashing your car and all things bad happen. So check out RSS Radio. There's a free little plug for them. The RSS Radio app is now in the iTunes store to download. And you can look us up and listen to us on that app. Just search for Mike's Daily Podcast. I'm sorry, it's Daniel Broad that is the software engineer behind RSS Radio. Hey, and then there's also links to where to find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, TuneIn, the TuneIn app, Podomatic, Mixcloud, Spreaker. Yes, we are still on Stitcher. And you can tell your friends about the show through Facebook. Like the Facebook page when I post a new show. Share that with your friends, and more people will find out about us. It'll be great. We're also on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter and retweet the tweets that we do. There's also Instagram, Yelp, Tumblr. We're on all of those. And the Amazon link. If you're going to buy anything through Amazon, go through mikesdailypodcast.com and click on that Amazon link to buy whatever it is, and that helps support the show. You can also see the blog, the Daily Podcast picture, and all my past interviews are at mikesdailypodcast.com. And speaking of interviews...
Into an interview.
I'm speaking to the beautiful, lovely Morgan Riley. You have such beautiful hair.
Oh, thank you.
And you have such cool dogs on your Facebook. You have such cute little dogs that you have. All these different...
Yeah, I have three animals. They're my babies. They're my kids. They're the only kids that I have.
What are their names?
Well, let's see. We have Dobby. He's a little min pin. And then we have Simba, who's the boxer collie. And then we have Sadie, who she's kind of like mixed with Pit and boxer. And we call her the Mutt.
See, I have a boxer.
Yeah?
Basil the boxer. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
He would have fun playing with all your dogs.
I know. Next time, we'll have to bring the dogs to the interview.
Yes. We need to take him over. I'll take him over to Nashville. It's going to be a bit of a drive from California, but...
Yeah, just a little bit.
He was just playing with a boxer at a local dog park, and he is wiped out. I mean, he's like 6, so he doesn't like to play so much anymore, but this other boxer was 3, and you know how they go.
Oh, really? He doesn't want to play at 6. Mine is just turned 7, and my other min pin's 8. Oh, they are so rambunctious all the time.
Oh my gosh! I gotta stop feeding him Klonopin. No, I don't. No, he's just a mellow boxer. I don't know. He did have a nice 3-mile walk before seeing this boxer, so maybe that was what did it.
That's probably what it is. That's good that you're getting him out there doing exercises. So.
It gets me out there, Morgan Riley, so because I have to try and fit into insanely tight country pants, jeans. I mean,
so you can be the down south boy.
Yeah, so that I will be able to be in the video to down south. But tell me, what's the process like writing songs? So you write with Frank Green,
Mm-hmm.
Frank Green.
Yeah, well, basically, when we were writing the album, we picked writing days. It was really cool. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to drive to Nashville, and we're going to have a writing session this week. And our writing chemistry is it's just a godsend. I mean, it's just off the charts. Like, we literally just connected so well with our writing that it took 8 weeks total, 8 visits for me to Nashville to write and record the album. So it was super fast.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some days we just wrote 4 songs in one day. I mean, it was amazing.
Dang, that's some chemistry.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just the chemistry was amazing. Like, it just really clicked with our writing and everything, and it was really cool.
Well, that sounds like a really fruitful songwriting relationship, and I bet there are more great songs to come. So.
Well, we have a bunch on the album Collage that we're really excited about that we plan on releasing to radio also. And we've actually already written stuff for the next album.
Wow.
So, yeah, we haven't finished it, but, we have definitely some songs already towards it.
Now,
so go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was going to ask you who would you like to do a duet with, if you could do a duet?
For a female artist, I would like to do something with Trisha Yearwood. I just think she has an amazing voice. Either her or Martina McBride. I love both of them. And for a guy, the guys are kind of tough because I think my music, like down south, kind of reminds me of Big and Rich a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So I wouldn't mind teaming up with them. That would have been cool.
Because we're going to the... I can't think of a Big and Rich song. What's wrong with me right now? Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy.
There we go.
This one actually down south kind of reminds me a little bit of, it has the same kind of style.
Right, yeah. And very danceable. And
yeah, and the banjo's kicking in the background and stuff. So definitely something that you can, tap your foot to. And I like Down South a lot because it's a very vocally driven song also. When I first did Rowdy Shoutin' Cowboys, it was a country rap dance kind of song. So vocally, it didn't really showcase my vocals as much as Down South. And that's kind of why I'm excited about this second single, just to show a new me.
And if you could cover any song, what would it be?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I cover a lot of songs when I do shows. So something that I haven't done yet that I would like to cover would probably be Something in the Water by Carrie Underwood, her new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just like that song. I like the message behind it, and I just like how it's done. I just really I'm a very strong vocal person, so I love listening to artists that have that vocal quality, like Carrie Underwood and Reba and Martina, Trisha, the really strong vocalists. Even, Mariah and Whitney. growing up. Like I said, I listen to all different genres of music.
Very cool. Well, have you been to country radio seminar before?
Yes, I was there last year. But I didn't have a single out yet, so I was kind of just there for like the Music Row meet and greet. But this year, I'm actually performing at the New Music Weekly showcase on the 26th. Ooh. And I'm also going to the meet and greet, and then I have a bunch of radio interviews lined up.
Nice. Wow. That's cool. I've been to that once. Long time ago. It was it's very interesting. I mean, it is just, you're walking through. Is it still at that convention center, I guess?
Yeah, I believe so. It's going to be at the same place as last year.
I think sometimes it's at the Opryland Hotel.
Yeah, I think this one's at the convention center. I mean, I know my New Music Weekly performance with some other artists is going to be at Crossroads on Broadway, downtown Nashville.
Oh, cool.
So, but I think the Music Row meet and greet is at the convention center before that.
I think that's where Crossroads is where I saw Mary Chapin Carpenter do a set, and in the audience were Montgomery Gentry and the Dixie Chicks.
Awesome.
And the Dixie Chicks kept shouting, and Mary Chapin was like, "Oh, it's those Dixie Chicks again!" And as she was doing yeah, wow, you're gonna have so much fun, Morgan.
I know, I can't wait. I'm so excited about it. Just to be like, because I was nominated in New Music Weekly magazine, so they put me a part of their showcase, which is really cool.
Neat. Okay, and then you did you do some performance before the Super Bowl?
Not before the Super Bowl. I did a performance for the Chords for Cause benefit in Nashville for opening up for Lee Brice. That was before the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. I think I thought I saw Orange Bowl or something.
Orange Bowl. Yeah, Orange Bowl. I didn't actually perform at the Orange Bowl, but my choreographer, Kevin Andrews, who choreographed Rowdy Shoutin' Cowboys, he was chosen as a choreographer for the Orange Bowl to teach the dancers and stuff. And he had to choose. This was actually was during the pregame show, and he had to choose one song that he choreographed out of his entire life, and he chose my song.
Oh, cool.
So he just taught the dance to his dancers and stuff that were performing at the pregame show at the Orange Bowl. So it was really cool. I wish I would have been there because, it would have been nice to see that because they didn't really televise that. So
yeah, unfortunately,
I wasn't in Florida at the time.
Next time.
Yeah,
next time.
For sure. Next time I'll be performing it.
Yes. Well, let's play the song Rowdy Shoutin' Cowboy. This was your first single.
Yes,
and this
one got helped me get nominated for Female Country Artist of the Year and Breakthrough Artist of the Year in New Music Weekly magazine.
Excellent. And when this song comes on in the club, people gotta dance. It's very dancey.
There's some dance places that are actually playing Rowdy Shoutin' Cowboys in the dance, like in country saloons. So it's cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna pretend like I'm dancing with you as the song plays. And
I'll do it too.
You will? Okay, then that's almost like the real thing. Probably better than the real thing because I am a lousy dancer. But you are not. You are a great dancer.
Thank you.
So let's listen to Morgan Riley's Rowdy Shoutin' Cowboy on Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's the same thing in a redneck bar. It's the same thing driving in your car. Walking down Main Street or in a big city. Seeing what they can't have, isn't it a pity? Cowboy hats and holy jeans. Men on the weekends in their jacked up machines. Seeing pretty women, drinking PBR. Driving in the backwoods in the four-wheeler cars.
So I'm going to a party on a Saturday night. I just want to find a pretty with a long brown curl. A blue student honey that will rock my world.
So I'm at this little party on the outskirts of town. I see a rowdy cowboy looking me up and down. So I give him a smile, a wink and a wiggle. Motion to come on with a cute little giggle. So I stress my way, walking through the dirt in his cowboy hat and his clean white shirt. So I ask him his name, he says it's Bucky. I smile and whisper, you might get lucky. Riding shadow cowboys, in the fiddle truck. Those riding shadow cowboys, screaming, hey baby, what? Kiss and they will holler back at you. Those rowdy, shouting cowboys. Feels so good to be wanted. Because you know what I'm talking about.
So I wake up Sunday morning, I'm a little hungover. I say to myself, I gotta get sober. A big country pie sounds good to me. Some eggs, some grits, some black coffee.
So I get out of bed and put on my dress. I head to the bathroom, I know I look a mess. I throw on some makeup and brush my hair. Crack open the door, I see him standing over there with a smile and a wink and a cute little wiggle. It's starting all over as I start to giggle. He looks at me with that cute, sexy grin. I blow him a kiss and we do it again. Those riding shadow cowboys in their fiddle trucks. Those riding shadow cowboys screaming, hey baby, what's up? Kiss and they will holler back at you. Those rowdy, shouting cowboys. Those rowdy, shouting cowboys.
A big thank you to Morgan Riley as we go outside of the last place on earth where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, California. Find out more about her at morganrileycountry.com.
And here's today's podcast picture.
I cannot tell you, if you have a dog, I cannot tell you enough how you should go to Point Isabel if you're in the Bay Area. It is such a cool place. You can have your dog off leash running around, and there's these beautiful views of the bay. And there's a picture that Basil took of me. I like it, Basil. You did a good job of me there standing and in the background of the bay. And I think you're seeing Angel Island off in the distance. But that picture is cool. See what I look like and see the bay and Point Isabel there at mikesdailypodcast.com. Mike, I am going to Thunder Down Under, but it's not because I'm doing some kind of cultural research. Ah, where are you going? I'm going to be studying the male anatomy. Ah, yes, you'll see lots of male anatomy there. And you'll actually see some interesting female culture there. A lot of screaming goes on. High-pitched yells and so forth. Yeah, Mark, it's very travel. I bet you're going to enjoy it. Yeah, I bet I am. Uh-huh. Disgruntled Fiddle Player, are you going to enjoy it?
Yeah, heck yeah, I'm going to be up on stage.
You got a good physique?
Mark, take a look at this.
Oh my God, Disgruntled Fiddle Player, I had no idea. Look at you. Wow. You are like a Greek god. Between you and the Brewmaster, you both have excellent physiques. However, how come I'm counting 7 nipples?
Mike, perhaps it is because you are bad at math. Oh boy.
Well, that's certainly true. Next show, it's the return of the much-loved feature, This is inTRESTING, where we'll hear some interesting news stories. Plus, we will hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!
And happy birthday to Ariel, who reads that thingy at the end of every show. It's her birthday today. And there is also the Podcast Awards. Please vote for this show in the Best Produced category. You know why. 7 nipples. The link is at mikesdailypodcast.com.